So they put a house there, apartment. The restaurant is not here. Or see, I didn't walk down this yesterday. Did I? Yeah, I did. I did walk down. I think this is more than 15. I think it's 15. This is more than 15 blocks. Because when I go to church and walk from my church to Euclid Ave, that's 15 blocks. From the church to the train station. So I don't know how many blocks is considered. I don't know. I think 7 blocks is considered a mile. Something like that. But anyway. Birds. Okay, so we Boreum, right? I must have passed Cats, because Cats, I can't remember what Cats was. My mom used to always say, I think it's that spot where they was filling something. Excuse me. I should turn it around, but I don't want people in the video. What is that? Special fast food. Okay. That big old deli. They didn't have all this when I was going. We had bodegas. And they were just little corner stores. They wasn't delis, they were stores. I think they started graduating to delis. I don't know when. Can't really remember. But it was a sight for sore eyes when I first saw a deli.
Yeah, good morning.
I was like, what is this? Let me go up in here. Because delis was only in Manhattan. Okay. All right, so I want to talk a little bit. I didn't get into my trip. So since I'm walking, let me just take my time walking and tell y'all about it. Okay, so this is Montrose. So they don't got... They holding hands and stuff. That's new. This is Montrose. This is where you catch the bus at. And I used to go to church. Me and my grandmother. I remember when my great grandmother was sick. Mommy woke me up like 4 o'clock in the morning. Said, "Come on, Sharon, we gotta go." Yvette and May just called me and told me that Mama's calling for me, and she was the one. Maybe that's where I get this strong, dag, I hate I don't know words, man. It be really frustrating me. Let me see. My vocabulary is limited. Okay, so, because I want to talk so y'all understand me. But anyway, see all that stuff there? Yeah. But my grandmother, let me put it this way. My grandmother would take care of her mother. She took care of her mother to the end. I mean, Bishop Mingle was a sister. She was a daughter as well. They all did what they did. But God even said it that Mommy was the favorite. You know? So, she would, she would do all she could for her mama. And me being around it and seeing it, I picked it up and I said, I'm going to take care of Mommy. you know, and I'm going to take care of Gaga. I mean, I didn't get a chance to take care of Gaga because I didn't live with her and I wasn't that close to her. But I took care of Mommy. And she did all she could for her mother. She did. So as I was saying, 4 o'clock, that stop where I told you, Melrose, she woke me up. And let me see, what was we? We living right over here. Okay, so we back over here where I grew up at. So now I ain't got too far to go. Because Grand Street is about 2 blocks away. So actually I walked all the way from Broadway, which I told y'all. See, this is where I was yesterday. They go to school. But I don't know what that is. I don't even know whether that's the entrance. But I know the school is over there, in between the trees. So she woke us up. She woke me up like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was early morning. I was deep in my sleep. She said, "Right, Sharon, get up. Get up because you've had it made on calls." And she said that Mom is calling for me. Right? I'm believing. I thought, oh, I love the smell of the laundromat. But I was thinking to myself, well, Gaga there. But of course I didn't say that. Because I already detected that Grandma Glover loved it. Well, I ain't going to say loved it. She had more of a connection bond. Because Gaga wasn't, she wasn't heartless. Let me use that word. She wasn't heartless. She didn't, she did care. But she was more of a strong, and when I say strong-minded, I don't mean that Mommy wasn't, but how can I say? She was more of someone that you couldn't break. You couldn't break her. And I think that was because of her authority, her pastoralship, her bishopship. She couldn't allow the congregation to how can I say, to break her, to make her take sides and all this other stuff. Now, I don't know, people had some issues with her. People didn't like how she preached. They didn't like that she was a woman preacher. They was the last one that was at the cross. The women. They was the first one at the grave. The women. Anyway, we won't get into that. Okay, this is where I was telling you. This is where I came in yesterday. No, this is tonight. It's one before it. So now, so I think that's, their personalities was different, but they both stood for the same thing, which was God. Mommy had her back, regardless of what it was, and I'm not saying it in the perspective of that she compromised about things due to the fact that was her sister. No, I would hear her in there. I know Yvette, but I think, maybe it should be like this, or maybe you should do this or whatever. So my Mommy played a big part of personality to Bishop in certain situations. When it was time for her to do it, when it was time for her to do it or say it, that's what she did. But God stood. She was strong-minded. She was an ox. She was a good preacher. She was a good teacher. You know what I'm saying? She preached, but she teach, and I think that's probably a trait that I got, that God gave to me, let me put it that way. Because I'm not a preacher. Being that I started preaching late, maybe if I was younger, I can go running up the aisles and jumping up and down. But I started preaching late, and I think that was all in God's plan. I had to teach late, preach late, everything at a late age. Even though people don't understand it, they'll be like, People want to wait today, do this and do it. No, sometimes it's in God's plan. You know, the word says, you know, the word says, remember thy maker. Now remember that creating the days of your youth, right? He said he called the young because they're strong, and he called the old because they know the way. That's it. So even in that perspective, I'm an old person right now, but I'm dedicated to the Lord now. My mind, my heart, my soul is open to listen to him. You know? And he sees it. He knows it. And he talks to me. And he says what he has to say to me. Now, let me see. State Farm. Am I passing? I don't think so. I remember passing all this. Yeah, oh, here we go. I gotta go get renters. I think that's what I was saying. I gotta get renters insurance. Hello.